The next awards are designed to recognize notable individuals in the Ontario Museum community. The first of these awards is the OMA Volunteer Service Award of Excellence, which is presented to those who have made a significant contribution to the museum community through volunteer work. This year's recipient is Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer's lifelong passion for trains was channeled into volunteering with the Toronto Railway Historical Committee in 2003, culminating in the establishment of the Toronto Railway Museum in 2010. Phil has played a crucial role in numerous restoration projects at the Toronto Railway Museum, including the restoration of train stalls 15 through 32 at John Street Roundhouse National Historic Site, restoring and installing the 37-meter rotating turntable, moving and restoring former CPR Dawn Station to Roundhouse Park, restoring the Watchman Shanty Gatehouse, and much more. This was all alongside constructing the popular miniature railway attraction and a computer simulation of Toronto rail lands, increasing the museum's operating revenue, diversifying the museum board, and building its volunteer group to nearly 100 strong. Volunteers are essential to the museum sector, and it is volunteers like Phil who continue to allow the sector to thrive and move forward. It is our pleasure to present him with the Volunteer Service Award of Excellence.
From an early age, Phil's father would take him to Front and Bathurst Street for train spotting. On Front Street, you could see many different lines of trains, the roundhouse, the active freight yard, and lots of locomotives. Phil has fond memories of watching the transition from steam engine to diesel in the late 50s. His dad and him would go down to various train crossings for the chance to see the Spadina full-pull passenger train. His passion started as a child. He would train spot about 6 times a week when possible. In 2003, he joined the Toronto Railway Historical Committee, which was more of an informal group of train hobbyists. From the beginning, the goal was to create a museum, but it was more difficult than they had imagined. With the tireless work of the committee members and the creation of recognized charitable organization, the Toronto Railway Historical Association, they were able to establish their credentials with the City of Toronto in 2010. Doors Open Toronto and the volunteers that participated were instrumental in the 2010 opening of the museum. Although there was no development in the roundhouse, they still were able to open the doors and allow the public to walk on the other side of the turntable pit. The volunteers that year worked together to operate a portable miniature railway for visitors to ride. Over the past 13 years, the museum has gone through many restorations and project work, but the miniature train still remains and is very popular to this day. Team effort requires a leader, the quiet conductor of the train. You cannot go forward as a showboat. You need to look at the members or passengers and bring people along for the ride.